Hey guys, it's been a little while since I put out a video, so just got a bit inspired. I'm seeing a lot of this type of thing around where we've got a background multi-layer gradient animating. With pure CSS, there is no way to animate a gradient, so it needs a little bit of JavaScript to make this work. What I've got here is a multi-layer gradient, which is animating both horizontally and vertically. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Just looking at the browser here, if we look at our DOM, and I bring up this element here, what we'll see is here's my element there. And you'll see that I've got a style attribute, which is my grad duration. And that keeps changing. That's a random number that's changing. I'll show you how it works. And then we've got our grad background position, which also changes for both the X and the Y. So we're actually doing the rest of the animating with CSS. We're not using the old method of jQuery methods where it animates the properties directly in the DOM. We're actually animating CSS. So I'll show you how all that works as well. How simple this is to do if you want to actually do this kind of thing. Now, over in the builder, I'm going to show you quickly. We've got some code here. I want to share this whole template out with the code, and we'll quickly run through this code. I'm not going to go into great detail because it's a little bit complex in parts. So I'm going to show you quickly here. I've got a bunch of comments on how it works, some of the caveats, etc. A couple of things here we're going to look for is in there, it's respecting preferred reduced motion, so it's going to not animate if the browser has preferred reduced motion, which I believe is good for accessibility. We're looking for any class that has gradient -- animate, and that should have a gradient or a background image with layers of gradients, and it will animate that. So I'm going to show you that as well. So it's going to initialize. Now, I won't talk about that just yet. What do we got here? It's just promotes about it. We've got data attributes, so we can change the amount of X and Y movement. So if we don't want to move along the Y, but we want to move along the X, we can set our factor for our Y to 0, and it's not going to animate the Y. If we want to animate a little bit of the Y, but a lot of the X, we can maybe set our factor for Y to 0.5 and leave our X alone, which will be a 1. So you can do that. There is a note here, which we'll talk about, where when you're animating background images and they have multiple layers, to be cross-browser supported, they do say that we should set our background size and background position attributes for each layer, which I'll show you in the CSS. I found in Chrome it works even if you just do the one, but I've done it in multiple layers just to show you that's pretty much what's recommended that we do. We have a script here. Again, I'm not going to go into all the script here, but basically this runs. We've got some code here to make sure that this only runs once. Now, the idea would be that you take this code, take it out of Bricks, delete this code, stick it into your code manager if you're going to run it more than once. However, if you forget to do that, or you're getting a bit lazy and you dump this code on your editor multiple times, it will only run once. So the only downside is your DOM's a little bit bigger because you got some extra code, but it's not going to break. It'll actually still work just as effectively. All right, so that's the code. We then have, so if we go to a div here, on that div, I've got a class here called multi-gradient. And we got, basically, I'm just setting the background image to multi-layers of a gradient. And where I got that was this website called Gradient Generator, colorgradient.dev/gradient generator. I'll link to that. And you've got some presets up here you can select, and then you can go to each layer and you can change those layers. Now, I use this one here and just change colors so they can be more obvious. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So over in my code here, I've got this 5 times so that we're setting the background size for each of those layers, and the same with the background position. And this is the part that worked for me in Chrome, even if I set it once, but the advice that I was reading was that in some browsers, they struggle with that. So the idea is if you use more layers or less layers, you need to make sure that these match the number of layers that you've got in here. When I say a layer, so this is this radial gradient here, all the way up to that comma. That's one layer. Then you have another layer here, all the way up to that comma. So that's layer number 2, etc. So depending on the gradient that you create. That's as simple as for your gradient. So head over to this gradient generator, pick, say, something like this here, go into your color styles. Maybe that red's not what you want. Maybe you want that to be more of a blue. So maybe pick that blue. That's only trick to that bottom corner. Go to that stop there, and maybe it's the orange we want for that. So we're just affecting these however we want to do them. Just changing these here. So you want to end up with these gradients that actually suit whatever your design is. That's exactly the same layer. So we've still got 5 of these. I can then copy and paste that background image there. So I copied that there, copy that, head over to the code, and just replace that background image. I've just updated the gradient that I'm using for that. I can leave all these the same because these have this is the same number of layers that we have for the gradient. Okay, so then we've got this class here, which is gradient -- animate. And we'll look at that one there. All we're doing is setting our timing function. Timing function is, and then we're setting our transition. So we're saying background position will be as our transition, and we want to go for our gradient duration, and we want to use our gradient timing function, which is up here. And then we're just saying this will change is our background position. That just helps the browser to know what's going to change so that it can optimize its rendering of it. And that's as simple as these classes are. All the magic is done in this code, where it basically finds all of those gradient -- animate, finds all of those classes, applies this logic to it, and then animates to your heart's content. There are some handy things in here that you probably want to see, and that's the data attributes. We'll actually look at that. So this data animates min duration and max duration. I should just copy that to the clipboard here. Copy that to the clipboard. I'll show you what that does. So if we were to duplicate this here, it's a separate entity. It's got its own gradient animate, so it's going to be treated on its own by the JavaScript. I can go into my data attributes. So down here, attributes, add an attribute, which is our data, animate min duration. I'm going to make this really fast. I look crazy. I'm going to say 1. I don't recall whether I need the second or not on there. We'll figure that out. But I think we might. We'll just put the 1 second and do the max of, say, 5 seconds. We'll soon know if it's going to work or not. Okay. So now we're looking at the second one. Is there. So our duration is 2, 4, 4.3, 0.9. What do I set it to? 2 and 5. Make that 1 and 3 maybe. We'll make it 3 seconds. Let's see if it is seconds. Set again. Duration 2, 1. Yep, that's working. So we can see this duration here is only between 1 and 3 seconds. Let's get this out of the way. And you'll be able to see that the bottom one, the animations are transitioning quicker than the top one. It's a bit hard when they're this gradients that so gradual, but you can see the top one's got a lot slower transition between the background position. The bottom one is animating a lot quicker, just because we changed those two data attributes. So there it is there. Really, really simple. Basically, I'm going to say, for example, if I created I'm going to start with a new block. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to create a new block. And on that block there, I'm going to call that, actually, I won't even give it, I'll just add the class to it. Actually, I will give it a class. I'll call, what I call the other one, grad multi1. I'll call this grad. Gradient, okay. MULTI2. Okay, now gradient multi2, what did we say we want to do? We have to look at our multi1. What do we got on here? All we have is our background and our sizes. So actually, let's copy all that from there and go over to our multi2. There. So just chuck something in there, some stuff in there. Okay. Now let's head over to our gradient generator. And I wish there was a random here. That'd be really good. Let's do this repeating pattern here. Means I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same number, so that's great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to copy our background image. Head over to our test here. I'm going to replace that image. We don't have to do anything with these because they already have 300%, 5 of these grad background positions in there. And now we're going to add, if I don't do anything there, if I just save that, have a look at the front end. All we have is a gradient here. We don't have any animation happening on it. Let's add our grad animation. Gradient animate. Save that. There we go. And now we have our background gradient animating with the basic settings on there. So it's really, really simple. Grab your gradient, chuck it into a class. In this case, it's their multi2. Go to gradient generator here, grab the background image, put that in your background image. Make sure you've got these 300% here as many times as you got layers, and you can certainly easily see the layers here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Put those layers in there and do the same for your background position. And now you've got an animating background gradients, exactly what you're looking for, and there's a randomness to it. So anyway, that is the way that I would do this. I'll share out this template so you got the code. And don't feel live. I hope that it is something that is useful for you.